What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another campus championship here on TCGU University. My name's Tam, and today we've got kind of a fun one. It's going to be the best of the dorms campus championship. The whole point of this is I challenged all of my the TCGU crew to make whatever the best deck they have. What's the best thing they got? And so the bracket that you've seen up on screen is all four of us, me, James, Tyler, Jeff, have made the best decks possible. So let's hit a little commentary and talk about each of these decks. So it looks like Goro's going first. And the thing about Goro is you can see he's a 4-hand size character, which means he builds only a little bit. Goro's one of Tyler's absolute favorite characters, and he loves the Earth symbol form. And he just like a bunch of different options. Looks like we got a couple throws with like Vicious Madness and Cherub Cyclone, and a bunch of spicy one-ups like Coffee Samba, Dark Cherry Toe, Spine Sweep, big fan of Shokin Grab, and then Missile Launchers like his main attacks. Nutcracker's out of 3 of. Yeah, he's got a bunch of really good options. And then we jump over to Tim Keefe, and it looks like the Tim Keefe 2-dot deck is just like
trying to see what kind of zones
Earth
you're playing with.
good stuff. The deck. Akimbo, Nutcracker, Power Flip, Missile Launcher, still using the Bastion stance tricks. And Earth's gotten a ton of really good defensive foundations off of like Cassandra's kit with Bakery Poster Girl and like Omega Sword and Owl Shield and Elk Shield.
We have to proxy some cards in your deck.
Nutty.
A card in my deck. That'll tell you something.
And just so you know, we are in the middle. We're still in the middle of a move when it comes to getting things over from the dorms to the new studio, and so we have a couple of proxies because we have some stuff scattered everywhere. A little scary, I know, but I think that either Tim Keefe or Goro might be proxying some Nutcrackers. So let's see the build that Keefe gets to have.
Interesting.
It's a lot of attack.
So it looks like we've just got a regular standard build. Here's where... actually insane. On the 4, this might have been actually a bad play.
Yeah, that's going to fail.
Interesting. Not committing Tim Keefe in order to pass the extra foundation. The fact that the foundation was just a Hell's Reach is not that terrible. I mean, all this card does is just ready, so it's just like this foundation once per game counts as 2 foundations. But I don't feel that Tim Keefe is going to be super needed here. And so, like, I actually personally think that passing the foundation was the right call.
3 cards in my hand?
It's Goro's turn. Let's see what we got.
I guess what we're going to do...
Doesn't look like he has a ton of options inside of his discard pile.
Let's do this. Play Cherub Cyclone on a 5.
But that's okay. We just jam it out.
First enhance,
I think this matchup's going to be really hard for Tim, just because Goro is going to be smacking some stuff. He's just going to be throwing a ton of throws and making... them crazy, crazy strong.
That's funny. Pass.
Stun 1.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like...
Pass.
I mean, this might just be like a one-shot from Goro. The big thing that Tim has to do here is... Ow. He's got to make sure that he makes the most out of the responses that he has. It looks like he might have a power flip and an asset in his hand. Man, having on turn 2 start at half your vitality is really, really rough versus Goro. That is not a good feeling whatsoever.
I think I won't.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so here's another one of Goro's really neat tricks that we get to see.
I'll choose.
Alright, we'll go to
I'll just Goro.
Spine Sweep. Is this the 4 low for it's going to be 9 damage, which like pretty much says that the game's over.
Yep. Units.
You're passing.
Hopefully Tim's got the low block here in order to make some sort of attack back. Honestly, even the half block here is worth it. Oh, we do have the low block. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay.
No, I'm just gonna pass actually.
Alright, send it for 9.
6.
Checks a 5, commits
6.
This, and
respond.
Sure.
Oh, we should definitely look at the top card of our deck first.
On a 6.
All right, unpunished.
Respond, Tim Keefe.
Sure.
Okay, so here's the fun part
My
about
first enhance is
this
summon.
card. We are going to we are going to be
We'll stun this.
committing cards on Goro's turn, which means it's way harder to
Pass mine here.
have
Fusion refusal.
another attack after this, right?
I will.
Tim Keefe's going to be doing some
Pass
crazy Tim Keefe stuff, adding up the fusion refusal for
I
+2
will.
damage, and then
Pass
we
mine.
see they use the power flip to
Second
bring
save
them
if
back
it's too
down.
sweet.
I will. Pass mine here.
That top proxy card of the Pokemon card is a Nutcracker. As I said before,
Pass.
we're moving, and so we have
6, 7.
displaced some Nutcrackers, which is like the scariest thing in the whole wide world to me.
Got it.
Okay,
you make
back to Goro's turn. I think that this Shokin Prince, this card's unbelievable in pretty much
This
every
one
other
we
matchup
will-
except for Tim Keefe, because Tim Keefe just like twice per turn with his response just gets around it. It looks like Keefe drew a ton of gas, and so we might be able to get Goro, especially with the missile launcher being able to stun 2 here. We easily like play a foundation and then play the missile launcher. It pretty much auto passes because of Tim Keefe. Stun the 2 foundations and then just play your hand out like normal. It really just depends on the line that Tim Keefe wants to do. He's got a ton of options here. The fact that he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations ready, but that Shogun Prince is going to slow him down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't check bad here,
4.
it's not amazing. We do have to commit 2 cards.
Yup.
We're really looking to only commit 1 there.
Stun two.
But now Missile Launcher has taken the threat of Shogun
Already
Prince
Hell Switch.
off of the board.
I
I guess turn order should have been that we committed we sealed the 1 card first, but sealed the Hell's Reach first. But this is not terrible.
will use missile launcher for damage.
Sure. I will pass.
There's not a 4 on that, obviously.
Discard the top 4 cards to do that. 2, 3, 4. All non-attack cards, which kind of shows us what's going on just because of like what's in our hand. Like we do have quite a few attack cards in our hand. I definitely think right now is the time to use the 1 with nature, one of the strongest foundations
I'll use 1 with
offensively that Tim
nature.
Keefe has.
Sure.
Let's get rid of one of these
And
bad
first
cards in order to
spawn with
bring back in a good
I
one,
will
a little
pass
extra
mine.
damage, and then just it essentially negates the plus that
I'll
Goro
pass.
gets off of his face down foundation. So it's
On a
basically
7.
5 low.
3, 4, 5, 6. Dang.
Man,
I'll take 11.
this is pretty.
We're gonna go.
This is pretty good for Tim. We play the Nutcracker here on a 5 and just pray we don't check a 3.
5.
Mm-hmm.
If we check a 3, this turn becomes significantly harder.
Doofy.
We do check the 3.
4.
But this is okay because it's
Mhm.
possible that we add in a card, because if we have a power
I
flip
will
here, then
add
we're
in the
okay.
Nutcracker.
Sure.
Yeah, because we add in the fusion refusal, and it says that it doesn't count towards progressive
pass.
when playing. If it wasn't played as a form, it doesn't count as progressive. So it's basically like it ignores it being in the card pool, right? But with Tim Keefe, we want this card in the card pool so that our twice per turn response is more active,
give
because
it
the fact that the
4
next card that we play is probably going to be bigger than the 4 diff.
I will pass.
I actually feel like we use the other fusion refusal here if we have the power flip. Because -2 damage honestly isn't going to do anything here, and just getting the extra +2 to make sure that the fusion refusal, like that's an extra 2 damage. Because the power flip's going to come in at what? It's going to come in at 5. So even with the, yeah, I think we actually have to use the fusion refusal right now in order to get us to our damage. If he whiffs this kill by 2, that's what happened.
I'll pass this one.
I'll take the 8.
Okay. We now play the power flip. We have to. We're not allowed to play this Cherub Cyclone. We have to play the power flip. So that we can Tim Keefe twice. Man, so he's sitting here trying to figure out, do we power flip or do we Cherub Cyclone at this moment? My personal opinion is that we play the power flip.
Go Cherub Cyclone. It's on a 7. Respond to Keefe.
Yep.
Unless
I'll
we now take
use
and
Cherub Cyclone.
use
Sure. I'll
the
I'll use
fusion
fusion
refusal on
I will pass.
this one. Okay, now this is an acceptable play.
I'll send it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 6.
This will be on an 8. Respond.
Oof.
6, 7, and then commit.
Um,
Okay, this is a really good line.
these,
Mm-hmm.
Build them back
This.
down,
Mm-hmm.
and then build them
Yep.
back up. And there's our match, or there's our game. Excuse me. We're gonna go on to the next match of the night. Ooh, what a good one.
Let's make it past turn 2 this time.
Okay. So it looks like we've got game 2.
Will not be keeping that.
Goro kind of got OTK'd, which is like just shows you the potency that the Earth symbol has right now, of like its possibility of being just absolutely demolishing, if it wants to be. Is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So Dark Dragon, yeah, I'm gonna be playing Astaroth and Combat Ash this week. Keith asked the same question. Who am I playing as? I'm playing as Astaroth and Combat Ash. And then Orlando the Gamer, have you ever thought about having a guest on the channel? Yeah, I have, actually. We are going to have next Campus Championship. We haven't really announced this, so you guys get the first one. UniVersus Studios is actually going to be coming over and throwing down to this a little bit. So, very excited for that.
Isn't left with much.
But with that said, let's look at what's going on with
Fortunate for what I was gonna do.
Goro. So it looks like we got build 2, hold 2, which means that we might have some attacks in hand. I don't know. I kind of feel like we actually should have played that attack at the very end. Tim Keefe looks like he builds the coffee, or the, looks like he plays the, Sense of Morals. I don't know why I can't find that card on this list. Which is really good for 2 reasons. Wowzers, this is a really strong build from Tim. It's really good for 2 reasons. Number 1, it says that anything that Goro commits, I get to re-ready. And number 2, it loads up my discard pile so that whenever I am at desperation for power flip, I can add whatever foundation I want to into the card pool. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Okay, so now Goro has to make a choice. So it looks like we held the stop, which doesn't feel great.
Yep.
We take these 3 cards and put it up. He's just really worried about stop, I guess. Stop is an action that says after you block with it, you commit your opponent's character. Now that we have shown our hand quite literally to Tim Keefe, he's just going to make sure that he gets at least one of his responses and one of his seals off, which means that Hell's Reach is not going to be available, and we are going to cheat out at least 1 attack. And so I don't know that getting rid of unless that hand like was stacked to the brim with some attack cards, you know.
Been on a 3. Second ceiling on a 3.
The other option here is we kind of did build 4 or build 3 because of the Forbidden Technique. This card is one of Tyler's absolute favorite cards inside of this deck, just because it builds you like 2 extra face downs. So it flips with Goro's static, your foundations count as 2, and then with its ability, you add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down, and so you kind of like build 4 foundations off of 2. It's kind of crazy. Really good in other people, nuts inside of Goro. Let's see what Tim Keefe decides to do. It does look like we have a Nutcracker, Missile Launcher, Cherubs. We have like a ton of orange in our hand. Man, I don't think another turn 2 is happening. We barely were able to eat through that. And Tim has to know that whatever he throws is going to get blocked. So he just has to make it count.
Mm-hmm.
It checks.
Oops. Go here.
He's just kind of looking and figuring out what resources he has available inside of his deck to still be checked.
Check.
Because we're not allowed to...
Yo.
This is a good call. We're not allowed to over...
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna seal
overplay
the second seal.
stuff. This
I'm
is
gonna build one.
interesting. I would have actually totally sealed that card. And here's why.
Oh.
So now we have a bunch of, like, obviously Goro's gonna block this. There's no way he doesn't block this with the stop. But this does committing the or sealing the forbidden technique says that Goro is like half a turn behind.
Oh, Cherub Cyclone.
Yeah. I will pass.
And I think I'm good with that. I'll pass.
I don't know why Goro wouldn't block with the stop, or why Goro wouldn't block with the stop here. I feel like that's just the correct play. There's a reason we picked it back up, right? Otherwise, Tim's gonna get to do more Tim stuff. Interesting call out. It's actually possible that we could play one attack or one foundation, and then he might not want him to have cards to. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the right call here was actually just stop Tim, just to end the turn. And then Goro has enough potency, especially with the Shokin Prince on top. In order to
Nutcracker 105.
Ooh. Depending on what he commits here, really shows his hand. Okay, the fact that he committed the Bastion Stance means that Goro doesn't have to worry about power flip whatsoever.
First enhance is Sense of Bombs.
Can you change out the proxy?
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Like I said before, we've got a bit of an issue. Sin, where's the guy that plays Magic in the Nights? I miss him.
Yes.
Dave decided to take a small break from the channel.
Good choice.
And so he's just off doing his own thing.
I'll use Nutcracker.
I will pass.
Yeah, even here, I feel like blocking with this stop, like I feel like we just wasted it, you know?
I'll pass.
Actually, maybe blocking with the stop here is like the good play, because
3.
he's got extra cards
4, 5,
to
6,
his
7.
progressive, because he added in the Hell's Reach, which counts towards progressive.
And then you'll take 4.
Yeah.
He takes the 4. He's got 3 on progressive, and now Tim has been committed, so he can no longer use his effect. So this is going to be on a 6. Checks a 5. Commits 1 for 6. And then we should be able to play the Hell's Reach on a 4.
5.
Let's talk about the Dark Side of Karma. Dark Side of Karma is an unbelievably strong tool, especially in this Goro matchup. Goro's got a ton of like really strong throws, and if we can possibly get the damage off of Shokin Grab, or get the damage off of Missile Launcher, or stopping the multiple on Dark Chirito, this is a really, really good position for Tim Keefe to be in, especially with that card being playable while committed. This card's super, super good. Orlando, I agree. I just don't think that was the best place to put stop. I just don't think that was the best stop option.
2.
Goro continues to build.
3.
So either we found another defensive option in our hand, or we build everything out, and the only defense we have really is Solemn Exorcism. But my issue here is Tim Keefe just seals the Solemn Exorcism, and so I don't get that blind draw 1. I don't know, man. I think people praise this card a little too much inside of Goro decks. I just don't think this blind draw 1 is like worth it. I'd rather like actually only build 3 here and hold the Solemn Exorcism as a 2 high block. That's how I feel personally, but I mean, I'm not playing. So it looks like Tim Keefe has 2 momentum. If we found the Dark Chirito, this game's gonna be really, really tough for Goro. That's just like 30 damage, and because of the way that the multiple ability works with Tim, multiple copies printed difficulty is 0, and so if you just multiple, Tim gets like huge bonuses for playing a card after a multiple ability. Looks like we're pushing in with a missile launcher.
Checks. I'm going to start by sealing Solemn Exorcism.
Yeah.
Sure.
The exact play that
I'm going to
I thought.
discard top 3 for -2 damage.
Yes.
Okay. -2 damage on the missile launcher, making it a 3 low for 4 currently. Tim Keefe could either
I'm going
pump
to
this up
give it
by
4 damage.
Sure.
damage or speed. I guess we
give it
just do
-2.
damage, right? Like there's no reason to do speed.
The second, same thing.
Goro is actually just going to be taking everything to the face. It's 8 damage. That's a third of the life that we have currently.
Use one with nature and responding to the damage.
Sure. I'll check it.
Yeah, I think
I'll
if we have any
I'll
sort of
pass.
gas from
Take
Tim
1.
Keefe, this turn's just over. This turn and the match.
Gain 1.
I don't think that gain 1 is going to
Sure
save us.
On a 7.
Oof.
Response Tim Keefe.
5,
Sure.
6, 7. This is going to be what?
Person hits with
18, 19, 20, 21 damage.
I will.
Goro's
check
going to
a
be
4.
gaining back just a little bit.
Let's seal the energy absorption.
Yep. I'll pass.
I will.
Horrible spelling. Oh, on your previous comment. Oh, it's no stress, Orlando. Yeah, the multiple 2 here is
just
really,
pass.
really scary. All it takes
Oh.
is Tim having one more
I'll take
attack,
pass.
which it looks like we have both missile launcher and a cherub
Multiple, I'll
cyclone.
pass.
Wow, talk about drawing hot.
Multiple pass.
I want to check 2. I want to check twice.
That's fine. This is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
Respond.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Just doesn't care.
Missile launcher.
I'll do nothing.
Damage.
I'll check once.
And send it.
And send it.
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
I'll take it.
And there you go. There you have it. We've got Tim Keefe beating Goro, a fairly swift 2-0. Just kind of shows you the privilege of 7 hand size versus 4 whenever you're both allowed to sling big crazy earth attacks. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you like this, make sure you check out the other videos that we have here on the channel, as well as the rest of the Campus Championship. It'll be in a playlist out on YouTube. With that, stay learned.